Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English Talk with Luna. This is your go-to podcast for daily life English, authentic conversations, and stress-free listening practice.
That's right. This is the place to master English through real talk, not those dusty textbooks. I'm Kai.
And I'm Luna. So, Kai, let's be real for a second. How was your morning today? Peaceful or a total disaster?
Honestly, a little bit of a mess. My alarm went off, I shut it down immediately, and then I just stared at the ceiling thinking, do I really have to be a productive adult today?
I feel that. I actually had a heart-to-heart conversation with my duvet this morning.
With your duvet?
Yeah, the blanket was whispering, just stay here. And I was like, no, I have to go brew some coffee. And the blanket replied, are you absolutely sure about that?
That is the ultimate struggle. So who won? You or the blanket?
I'd call it a draw. I got up, but it was in slow motion. I think many of our listeners know exactly what I'm talking about. The heavy limbs, the cozy bed, and that famous lie, just 5 more minutes.
And then 5 turns into 20, then 30, and then boom, you're late for life.
Welcome to the club. Okay, English learners, a quick poll for you. In the morning, which personality are you? A, I jump out of bed and tackle the day. B, I stay under the covers and scroll through my phone. C, I hit the snooze button until my phone gives up. Write A, B, or C in the comments, and try to add one small sentence, like, I'm B because I love checking my messages in the morning, or I'm A because I need my caffeine fix immediately. Remember, every comment is a mini workout for your English brain.
And hey, if you're thinking, yeah, this is exactly how I want to learn, then join our community. Hit subscribe and become part of the English Leap family. And give us a like if you enjoy these relaxed episodes where we just talk about real life.
Simple rule, if it helps your English, show some love with a click. Oh, and for the dedicated students, there's a free PDF waiting in the description box.
What's the treasure inside that PDF, Luna?
The full transcript, some fun quizzes, and a list of all the power words from today's chat.
Perfect for your daily routine. You can read along, listen, and shadow us.
And stick around, because later on we have Crystal's vocabulary breakdown. She's going to take those power words from our talk and make them easy to use with clear definitions and simple examples.
So you don't just recognize the words, you own them. All right, let's dive into today's topic, talking about your day at home in English. Today's episode is set at a B1 level, clear, natural, and easy to follow.
Let's open the door to our home lives. We'll start where every day begins, the morning. What actually happens when that alarm starts screaming?
That sound is so tiny, but it feels like a personal attack on my soul.
It really does. One moment you're in a dream paradise, the next your phone is yelling, real life is here, wake up. And my first reaction isn't very star student. My brain just says no.
Just no? Nothing else?
Sometimes just no. And then my mind starts racing. Work, bills, unread emails. I feel overwhelmed before my feet even touch the floor.
I get that. When that happens to me, my head feels cluttered, like my thoughts are messy clothes scattered all over the floor.
Mental laundry. I love that. And if I linger in bed too long, my mood starts to dip.
Same here. That's why I'm trying a new strategy. I don't demand a perfect morning anymore. I just tell myself, okay, just sit up. That's it.
I like that. Small, gentle steps.
Yeah. Feet on the rug, one deep breath, and then I say, good morning, chaos. Let's try again.
That's so honest. For me, the first move after sitting up is flicking open the curtains. Even if I feel tired, that little bit of morning sky feels like a tiny anchor that keeps me grounded in the new day.
I love that image. The light holding you steady.
Exactly. It doesn't solve my problems, but it makes them look less scary. For me, coffee is the real magic. I stumble to the kitchen, and when I take that first sip, my battery slowly starts to recharge.
So your emotional support system is basically a mug of coffee.
100%. I am in a committed relationship with my coffee mug.
Same. On good mornings, I sip it slowly. No phone, just peace.
And on the not so good mornings?
On those days, my hand goes straight for the phone. I scroll for 10 minutes, and suddenly my mind feels restless. I start comparing my behind-the-scenes life to everyone else's highlight reel.
Ah, the morning scroll trap. 1 minute you're fine, the next you feel like the only person on earth who hasn't figured life out.
Right, and nothing actually changed except my mood. So listeners, try practicing this sentence. In the morning, I usually...
You might say, I usually make tea for my partner, or I usually read for 10 minutes before I get up. There's no wrong answer. We just want you to describe your own routine in English.
Once that morning hurdle is over, the day just flies. Work, errands, noise, until finally the sun sets and you head back to your sanctuary.
That moment when you turn the key in the lock is so special. Your body literally exhales, "We made it."
Exactly, Luna. That's when I finally realize how drained I am. Not just physically, but mentally too. That's when the little things matter most.
So, what's your first home move?
Honestly, I swap my work clothes for something soft. As soon as I put on my hoodie, my body relaxes. It's like hitting a calm button.
For me, it's the shoes. When I kick off my shoes, my brain goes, okay, the mission is over, we're safe.
Barefoot peace. I love it. After that, if it was a brutal day, I take a hot shower. I imagine all the stress just washing away down the drain. It helps me unwind.
That's such a soothing thought. For me, I change the lighting. I turn off the bright overhead lights and switch on a warm lamp. Maybe light a candle. Suddenly, the room feels cozy, not sharp.
Cozy is powerful. You don't have to renovate the whole house. Just small shifts, and your heart feels softer.
So, English learners, maybe you do something similar? Think, in the evening, I like to...
You might like to watch a series, brew some herbal tea, or just sit on the balcony. And honestly, it's not always a Pinterest-perfect evening. Sometimes it's messy. We eat cereal for dinner, watch too many TikToks, and go to bed grumpy.
That's totally normal. You don't have to earn your rest by being perfect. Your worth isn't tied to your productivity.
Exactly. And many evenings are about the people around us, too. The people who share your walls or your Wi-Fi.
The modern definition of family. But it's true. One of my favorite parts of the day is sitting at the table with my roommate after work.
What goes down there?
We just talk. No big speeches, just how was your day, who was annoying, what made you laugh. I always feel lighter afterward.
I get that. At my place, when we manage to eat together, it feels like a small celebration. It's noisy, we talk over each other, but it helps us reconnect.
Reconnect. That's a beautiful word. It's like all the separate paths of the day lead back to one table.
Even if someone is tired, I still feel these are my people.
That's so sweet. For me, it's a bit different because my family lives in another city, so our reconnect time is a quick video call.
Short but significant?
Definitely. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes 20. But hearing their voices is like a strong anchor for my heart. It reminds me I belong somewhere, even when the day was rough.
That's so important. And your family might be parents, kids, a partner, or even a friend who feels like home. If they make you feel seen, that's family.
Right. And after all that people time, you finally get those quiet minutes for yourself. My favorite part? Do not disturb time.
For me, that's my reading corner. I have my chair, a blanket, and a plant. When I sit there, I'm in my comfort zone.
For me, it's music. I put on my headphones and the sound just fills the gaps in my mind. It helps me recharge. Sometimes I even write a few lines in a notebook. Just simple stuff like, today was hard, but I'm still here.
I love that. It's like a little mental cleanup before bed. So listeners, what about you? When you stay in, what do you do just for yourself? Practice this. When I stay in, I like to...
Maybe you bake, draw, or just stare at the stars. These are your safe spots. And once in a while, maybe you do one brave thing outside your comfort zone, like speaking English out loud. That's how you grow.
To help your English grow, let's recap. Today, we walked through a whole day at home. The sleepy starts, the tired finishes, and the quiet corners in between.
If you feel overwhelmed or drained, you aren't alone. But you have anchors. You have cozy rooms and ways to reconnect. And now you have the English to talk about it.
Not just I wake up, but I recharge with music, or I feel safe in my corner. Now, to help you lock in these words, it's time for Crystal's vocabulary breakdown.
And there you have it. You have the words, now use them. Keep telling your story.
I'm Kai.
And I'm Luna. You've been listening to the English Talk with Luna podcast. Your journey doesn't stop here. Click the next video to keep growing with us.